Little Caesars, home of the $5 hot and ready pizza, has become one of the largest pizza franchises in the United States, only behind Pizza Hut and Domino's. It operates franchise locations in the United States, Asia, Middle East, Canada, Latin America, and the Caribbean. And at the end of 2019, there were 4,237 Little Caesars locations in the United States. Maybe you're just craving a pizza, or maybe you're seriously considering becoming a franchisee of Little Caesars. Well, how much does a Little Caesars franchisee make? We're going to cover that today, but first, a little history. Little Caesars wasn't always one of the largest franchise pizza systems in the world, but it started as a blind date between Mike Ilitch and Marion Bayoff in 1954 when Mike's father arranged a blind date. Within a matter of months, the couple was married, and 5 years later, in 1959, Mike and Marion invested their life savings into their first pizza store. Located in Garden City, Michigan, a Detroit suburb, Marion carefully recorded Little Caesars' very first sales in a spiral notebook. Just 3 years later, the first franchise location opened in Warren, Michigan, and today, Little Caesars has become the third largest pizza franchise in the United States. So are you ready to give Little Caesars franchise a serious look and become one of their new franchisees? What is Little Caesars going to expect? Well, to begin with, they're going to look for a liquidity requirement of $100,000, having $100,000 in liquid assets, and a net worth of $250,000. This may sound like a lot, but for many other franchises, it tends to be much greater. If you meet the net worth requirements of the Little Caesars franchise, the next thing to look at will be the initial investment. We read the franchise disclosure document for Little Caesars and found that the initial investment for a new location ranges from $354,000 to $1.4 million. Given that most of the stores will be in inline shopping centers, we would expect the cost to be at the lower end of this range. This includes an initial franchise fee of $20,000. In addition to the initial investment, you should expect ongoing costs in the form of royalty and advertising fees, royalties as 6% of sales, and an advertising fee of 7% of sales. These are paid back weekly to the franchisor. So if you've made it this far, you're probably wondering, how much money does a Little Caesars franchisee make? Well, the average revenue of a Little Caesars store comes in between $750,000 and $800,000 per year. The home of the $5 hot and ready pizza tends to have sales that are a little lower than peers because the concept doesn't participate in a large delivery business. Margins also tend to be a little bit lower given the low cost and high volume of this business model. A franchisee in the end can expect to take home around $90,000 after paying rent, cost of goods, and all the other franchise costs that come with operating the business. Little Caesars also offers up programs for disabled veterans. If you're a service-disabled veteran, you may want to look into opening a Little Caesars restaurant. As a disabled veteran, you may be eligible for discounted franchise fees and investment costs. The Little Caesars Disabled Veteran Program waives the franchise fee for your first store and gives you $10,000 in credit towards equipment. So is Little Caesars a good investment? In order to determine if something's a good investment, you must compare the return, that $90,000 profit, versus the investment, or $350,000. The initial return on investment for a Little Caesars is just north of 25%. Like many other pizza concepts, this return is stronger than other restaurant concepts, but on a lower investment and lower sales. You'll probably want to speak with your financial advisor, accountant, or other advisors in order to see if this is a good investment for you. Good luck, and be sure to subscribe to hear more of our videos and franchise reviews. Also check us out at thegrubwire.com.